Hi, shall we speak about Viktor Orbán and his next week? He seems to be on an up, what do you call it? Up. It goes smooth for him. He is fully stepping into control, authority, and structure. This is a leader commanding order after confusion. I don't know if he has been confused or if there is other people that has been confused. He is not reacting emotionally. He is taking charge, asserting dominance, and setting boundaries. He is reinforcing Hungary's sovereignty or control within alliances. Around him, there is confusion, options, or competing narratives, many possibilities, perhaps pressure, offers, or misinformation. He must choose wisely and not get lost in illusion or wishful thinking. His goal is emotional control and diplomacy. He wants to appear calm, wise, and balanced, a leader who can navigate turbulent waters without losing composure. He wants to be the adult in the room. We need one. And I read that, I just felt that I think we all call our EU leaders not grown-ups. We have no idea what they are doing. They seem to have no plan, and whatever plan they have, everybody seems to think that that is crazy, or it is stealing something, or they want to, and we are not bored with it. So I hope we need an adult in the room. We need someone that tells the truth and try to at least communicate with our EU leaders some sense. He may struggle to leave behind something that feels safe but is emotionally unfulfilling, an alliance, belief, or old strategy. There is tension between staying in control and moving on. So there's something he doesn't want to let go of. There's something that he needs to let go of. And if he lets go of it, it will transform into something new. But I don't know what that is. Some alliances, belief, or old strategy. Recently, there have been disruption of comfort or balance or harmony, political or economic strain. There was a period of lack of growth. Did he feel like something didn't take off? He might have tried something, but it didn't grow in the way that he wanted it to. Don't cling too tightly to the old establishment or family business structure. He is being warned against acting purely to protect material security or traditional power bases. Avoid decisions based solely on comfort, wealth, or legacy. Focus on evolving. I wonder if it is the oil, gas thing that he is fighting quite a lot for. And I don't think it says that he is supposed to let go of it. Maybe it's the way that he thinks about it, or the way that he talks about it, or the way that he strategizes about it, how he represented in front of EU. Maybe he has done something in a certain way, have a certain strategy. Why don't they see it as I see it? And he went with it, and he has a hard time letting it go. But he needs to think about evolving. So maybe actually speak about investing in something, give a little. If he blocked any kind of evolving with the Hungarian economy or oil and gas or electricity or whatever, he might have to rethink how he might have to give a little to seem something. Something he needs to figure out. Focus on work, precision, or mastery. He needs to go back to fundamental rebuilding systems, refine plans, and stay disciplined. Head down, stay consistent. There is a strong but unpredictable female or charismatic energy behind him, someone whose influence is unstable. It can also be Viktor himself suppressing fire energy, restraining impulses. It can be von der Leyen or Kaja Kallas or whomever that isn't really stable. Neither of those women are stable. I've done a few readings on Kaja Kallas, and she always gets the tower, or she always have panic, she always have a lot of anxiety and nightmares. She's just so scared, and she's afraid of pretty much everything. And she is, I wouldn't turn to her to get comfort in an unstable environment. Let's just say it like that. She would rather shake it more. So it can be that kind of a woman around him, or that he has to deal with, that isn't. He just feels like that woman is shaking things up. It doesn't have to be Kaja Kallas, it can be someone in the Hungarian administration too. Avoid arrogance and over control. He must not dominate too much or act impulsively to prove leadership. The best leadership is measured and humble, not theatrical or pride driven. At the end, a major shift or realignment following a key decision. One chapter ends, another begins. Something significant will transform, maybe with EU or international. I just feel that this is, I wouldn't say clashes with EU, it's not that. I think he starts to work with EU, and then all kinds of problems shows up. When you try, okay, fine, I sit in that meeting and let's get along. I will try to see your point. I will try to change my own strategy. And then you meet with someone that is very unstable in the way they handle stuff. He shifts that, because I think everybody tried to make him be that energy before, or look like he had it, the one that was stubborn, that one that didn't want to work things out, didn't want to cooperate. He said no all the time. And now when he shifts, that woman becomes that energy instead, because he knows what he's doing. He's very composed, and he's willing to work, and he's willing. That is what is so fun with changing characters sometimes. You should always be yourself, but sometimes you need to just go with something else. If you've always been the one that says no, if you always have been the one that are stubbornly hanging on to your belief system, and then okay, fine, we figure this one out, and you try and you change the way that you're doing things, then another person might be the one that always says no. You can't cooperate with them, because it's energy and it shifts, and that is why this is so fun. You never know. One bad decision can be a good one the week after. It's something that looks really, really promising can be a catastrophe when it actually is implemented. You never know. His relationship with Putin, mutual respect and success. Their connection is stable, financially and politically beneficial. We both gain energy. Viktor have a grounded cooperation. They're in sync, and Putin may see Orbán as reliable, pragmatic ally, which we already know, but I think it's more grounded in, it's not the clinginess. I have to say Russia, I have to say Putin, I have to make sure that he helps with taking care of him and taking care of Hungary and his belief system, and that he actually try his very best to work with EU while still have a good relationship with the Russians and with Putin, and not have everybody dictate who you should talk with or who you should hang out with, or who you should, as long as you don't take that with you in EU. Does that make sense at all? Then EU can't say anything. Okay, so you have a friend. that they don't like. There's nothing they can do about it. As long as you don't take that friendship into, and from what I can see, it seems to work better for Putin and Orbán when he does that, instead of being very clingy to the old energy of saving Russia or something. With the EU, collaboration. Despite past tensions, there is practical teamwork, negotiation, shared projects, or quiet cooperation. It's not emotional but functional, building together for mutual benefit. So he is starting to, I don't know, maybe he has periods when it actually goes quite well with EU. Maybe this is the first time. I wouldn't know. He's the only one that can tell us how his relationship with EU is. Hopefully it's going to be this kind of an energy moving forward, and also that it's okay to clash with them, that it's okay to say what you need to say, that it's okay, and they don't feel like you are undermining them or that you try to tear EU apart, or that he tries to. No, he's there, he is collaboratory, he tries his best, and that might actually be fine. With Zelensky, very formal, serious and structured. This relationship is defined by law, reason and institutional framework. There is respect for order and principle, but no emotional connection, just duty and fairness. It could point to diplomatic communication focused on fairness and peace terms rather than emotional. Peace seems to come up over and over again. So something is healing. And I'm not talking about this peace deal between Ukraine and Russia. I think we all can see that they are very far apart. And that doesn't mean that you can't heal your relationships with the people that are in this situation. And it looks like Viktor Orbán actually does. That he starts to talk with everybody that he has. I respect you. I might not like you, but we can still work together. We can still live like neighbors. He's going to embody the energy that I want to see with Europe and Russia. We are neighbors. We don't have to like each other. We don't have to love each other. But we don't have to have any business to do. I know that we are going to have, because Europe is going to come knocking at the door. We don't have to have business with each other. Maybe we choose to have business with each other, but we still have to make sure that we both feel safe. I don't have anything against you. We are not going to attack you. We are not going to do. This was this fight that so many, like the Americans and EU and Russia and the Ukraine people, it was a complete mess. We don't have to hate each other for it. I think that is the energy that he is going to embody and move forward with. And he has a problem with, I don't know if he doesn't feel comfortable with it, or he hasn't done it before, or he hasn't really thought of it like that, or there is something that because he doesn't want to let go of the old way of how he did things. But if you give it a week or two or something, it will feel more comfortable, I guess, with a new way of handling things, and he is going to feel like he makes progress in the things he wants, instead of fighting with everybody or standing his ground or being the bad guy or having this bullying energy towards him constantly that he just has to kind of endure and stand up for himself. And With Trump, revival of positive energy, a bright renewal connection, enthusiasm returns, likely symbolic of shared political ideology or renewed dialogue. He feels energized by this connection. So Trump and Viktor Orbán seems to get along quite well, actually. So maybe I think it's good. I think Viktor Orbán can be a really good center in all of this. We need someone that understands the Russians, but also understand EU. I think he needs to defend them sometimes too, not only criticize them. I think he needs not necessarily be on their side because he needs to stand on his own. But someone said, I think this is going viral from time to time on TikTok, where someone says that you have to believe that the other side of what your opinion might be thinks that they are right, thinks that they are doing the right thing. Have a belief system that even if it makes absolutely no sense to you, even if it doesn't, maybe you need to discuss it. I can have small parts of understanding where Zelensky comes from. But then I understand that is an old energy that he needs to let go of, which he doesn't understand. So I can tap into his energy and, okay, so he comes from this. But that is the old energy. Now we have changed. It has gone too much time. So I can understand him where he doesn't want to evolve. He doesn't want to listen to the people. He wants his thing and he wants his thing. And he's going to get his thing no matter what everybody around him says. Or if he just listens to people that agrees with him or has his point of view and will never ever change that. Or if he only listens to the people online that says, yeah, keep fighting. People that are in the USA that have no idea how it is in the battle zone of Ukraine, and they share on from the other side of the world. None of that actually matters. What matters is the people that are there, that has to endure it, and he doesn't really want to listen to them. Maybe they say keep fighting, then go ahead, but don't try to get me to feel sorry for you then. If you want this good, if your people have said, if you get opinions from the people and they say that, yeah, no, we can keep fighting, don't let any land go, and we get the money and the billions that they are waiting for, then by all means, continue. But then don't make it so that I should care if you don't care. If the president of Ukraine doesn't care and the Ukrainian people doesn't care that their sons, brothers, fathers, husbands are out in battle and being killed. So I think Viktor Orbán needs to do something like that. Put himself in the other side's shoes. I have to quite often, so I understand where it's when I see EU, I look down on it because I'm up in Sweden. So when I see Europe and EU, I look down at the EU and see it very clearly from up above. When I step into EU's energy, I all of a sudden become like in the middle of something that is around me, and I can see, because I can see Viktor Orbán sometimes because he's kind of popping up his head from time to time, but I have no idea what he is doing because there is people and cities in between us. So that I understood how I can feel like EU doesn't know anything, because when you tap into that, it's two different ways of seeing it. I don't have to have EU or the European countries around me. I can look down on them from up above, while EU is so big. Is you are standing in like a globe, and you just look around and you look up, and it's very overwhelming, and you have no idea where you have to kind of turn to see everybody or to. And I didn't really understand that until I tapped into their energy, and okay, now I get why they can be so confusing sometimes, because they have no idea. They can't see Italy as clearly as I can see. They can't focus like that because people are in the way. There is countries in the way for them to actually see them clearly. And I think Viktor Orbán needs to do the same. And if he managed to let go of his strategy, let go of how he thought about the situation, he will do so much better, because he steps into the adult, being the adult in the room. So this was his next week. I wish him luck. He needs it, but he also don't need it. I think he's doing great.